Give listener back to us now. Okay. A broad-shouldered brunette sneered. Then give me your money. All of it. You watch your uncle's face morph into several expressions. No way was he going to agree to Deku's outrageous deal. The pirate squatted, so he was eye-level with you, greedily taking in all of your features while you were still bound to a wooden pole. With the tip of his daggers, he tilted your face up so the two of you were mere inches apart. Fuck you! The old merchant yelled. The pirate shook his head and laughed. Would you think an aristocrat of all people had a clearer tongue? Watch your language around my pretty little seabird. He watched your aunt, convinced in horror at his word. Come on, mister. Deku rolled his eyes like he was getting bored. He was. Got 3 seconds before this sweetie's blood out of you, little. 3. Your uncle was blowing steam from his ears. 2. Whoops, my knife slipped. He ran the sliver across your neck, and a deep, ugly red immediately stained your clothes. It was over before you could process it. I can't believe I just did that. Liquid dribbled down your collarbones as you scrambled to clean it before any more touched your shirt. They think I'm dead. You scoffed. Yeah, they think I'm dead. Finally, you could do something other than remain trapped on that boring, miserable island. It was long since that place had been your home. I know. He laughed. And you okay? I didn't actually hurt you, did I? Oh, no, but how am I supposed to wear this? You gestured to the chair with your stained fabric. You don't. The man grinned. Gross! He hissed. Your subordinate are right there. You really gonna make those jokes now, lover boy? He brushed a drop of red off your jaw. Lover boy or not, they're terrified of me anyway. Oh yeah. He smiled coyly. Plus, I get to do whatever I want with you now. His gaze dropped to your lips, and he licked his own. Can't believe I murdered royal offspring. Ex-royal. Actually, I'm not even royal. Captain! What do you want? Deku stiffened. Tanya and Shoto, they want to know where we're going next. Oh, I'll be right there. Wait up. The pirate turns to you. Well, make yourself at home or do anything. Really, my cabin's the one further back, down the hall over there. It's the soundproofed one. He winked at you. Go yell at your crewmates. You grumbled, turning around so he wouldn't notice how agitated you suddenly looked. Whatever you say, boss. He pecked your neck and pointed at your stained shirt. When we stop again tomorrow night, I'll buy you as many tops as you want. You opened your mouth to reply, but he cut you off. Of course. I'm not sure why you want more tops when you have me. Perverted bastard, you thought, marching down the deck. But being with an infamous criminal was better than meaninglessly hanging out in the dark room for the rest of your life. At least here, you'd get to do something. Deku was right. His sleeping quarters were big. So much so that they were still a couple of meters distance from his bed to his desk. Where there were a corner, they were intricately carved design of figure you didn't quite recognize, but beautiful nonetheless. A large kawaii rug lay underneath the bed that sat against a wall filled with weapons, most of which you assumed were merely for decoration. Then, you turned to the desk. The messiest part was, without a doubt, the map on his wall, littering his pins and ink marks, filled with what was presumably all the places he'd visited and more that he was going to visit. If you hadn't slowed your step or tried to avoid the sharp evening sun, you would have never noticed the dirty notebook that lay half-covered by random crickets on his desk. Huh? You pursed your lips. I shouldn't touch that. Which is why you picked the book and began to flip through it. 402. I got stuck in ice on the back of my tiny island. Water will always be the bane of my existence. They look wealthy though. If I get caught now, I'm not getting out of this alive. 062. There's someone in that obnoxiously rich house. Pretty little birdie never seemed to leave that spot. 10:03. I got their attention. I don't understand why I'm excited though. Maybe I'm confusing this excitement with the fact that the ice is finally thawing. I can finally get out of there. 12:03. Listeners said I had nice hands today. I've always hated them, grimy and blemished, but I don't think so I do anymore. I tried to sketch something today. 025. I can finally leave here, but there's someone I've got to take with me. I've gotten to know listener really well over these months. I've been stuck here, and I think they want to come with me. They're smart and hard-headed and absolutely beautiful. They'll do weird about UA. 065. The plans for tonight are making me nervous. I can't let anyone know that, though listeners' freedom's on me, I think. Anyway, I've gotten confident enough with my drawing to try this. And then, the page was blank. To try and draw what? You looked around the room, trying to find some evidence of his heart. Enjoying yourself? Deku! It caught you in the middle of snooping around his room. Good evening, little seabird. They bowed obnoxiously. You couldn't help but notice the pink that tinted his hair, though. Did you like my book? I'm sorry. He put it back down on his desk. How much did you see? Enough? Well, he shrugged. It is what it is. Let's go outside. He took your hand. You're not gonna, punish me? Deku quirked an eyebrow at you, lip twitching into a half smile. Do you want me to? Never mind. Sheesh. You backed away. Should have known you'd say something like that, huh? Hey, you asked and I answered. I asked and you answered back, actually. Same difference. Oh, he stopped halfway on the main deck. There's something I want to give you, a welcome gift, you know? Deku, you've handed me a bunch of stuff since the day you snuck onto my porch. You chuckled. I'm not gonna disappear if you stop giving me things. One last gift. Deku, I didn't maim a man for it, I swear. Fine. He agreed, reluctantly. You ready? His voice was high. You ready? His voice was high-pitched. It was rare to see a pirate so excited. Yeah? Okay, give me your hands and open your eyes when I tell you. Palms up, you reach out to him, something sandy and thin tickled you. Okay, open them. It was a torn sheet of paper, the missing page from his notebook. Familiar ink mark were littered around his throat edge, and a drawing of a person sat in the center. A drawing of you. You gaped at it for a moment, trying to digest every feature it sculpted into the paper. Wow, thank you. You breathed. You like it? I love it. I'm glad. Is this really how you see me? I do great. You always do. You always look beautiful. I do not. You laughed. You do to me. Deku didn't laugh with you this time. To be frank, there didn't seem to be any glint of mischief in his lively eyes, for once. All he did was watch you, admiring how you looked in the evening light. The freckled pirate opened his mouth like there was more he wanted to say. What is it? You encouraged. Like he snapped out of a trance, the grenad's back straightened up again, and his chest puffed out away. It is when he tried to hide his fear. Never mind, it was nothing. It was a lie, what was it was, but you didn't point out that to him. Okay, you trailed your thumb. I'm kinda tired. It was probably best to change the topic. Oh, right, I did tell you today. Deku smiled softly. Go back to my cabin, I've got the softest bed, fit for a former sovereign. Whatever. You battered his shoulder. Plus, he licked his lips. Their creaking can be passed out of a turbulence. Deku? The day went by quicker than you thought it would. So you was a crewmate who'd be kind enough to help you navigate each part of the ship, and if it wasn't for her, you had fallen behind the rest of the crew. The ship slowed as evening arrived again, and in the distance of a shallow fog, you could see dim lights slowly growing bigger. How much is a fruit nowadays? Deku murmured to himself. Would a bag be enough? A bag could buy me an untied wardrobe. He leaned against his doorframe. Then a bag of coin it is. He grinned. You pursed your lips. You shouldn't spend money so recklessly. I have a feeling it doesn't exactly come consistently to you and your friends. I'm offended. He scoffed. But it's not reckless when it's you. Not even you could deny the flush of heat that pulled onto your cheeks and ears. Come on, Barty, it's fine. Plus, buying you whatever you want help me stay a little sober. Let's go. We get to hide in abandoned docks, which means there's a long way to walk before we reach the town. Perk of a small ship, I guess. You walked with him up a crooked path, and by the time it was dark, it was getting close now that you could hear the lively music and laughter. It was beautiful. Stands were set up wherever there was a blank wall, and people were everywhere. It wasn't like the half-dead island where you came from. How'd you like your shirts? Deku led you down the street. Izuku here. Got it? He smiled widely. Wouldn't want them to know they're mailing with one of Poseidon's bastard sons. Izuku. You recalled when he'd first told you his birthday a month ago. That's a nice name. Thank you, Brody. I got it for my birthday. Now, back to the main focus. What do you want? He jiggled the bag of coins in the air, grinning at anyone that noticed his abundance of cash. A shirt. One shirt. He specified. Right. He turned to the woman at the stand. I'll buy everything you've got. Take it. I didn't. Shh. Language. If I don't spinning here, I'll be hiccuping back to our cabin. He shrugged as he whipped a jug of beer from the neighboring stand. Hey, you just stole! He whispered, yelled at the man, who had a drink in one arm and a chain of clothing in the other. Pretty bird, with all due respect, I'm a pirate. Izuku licked the drink off his lips. You shadowed nice since birth naively is really beginning to show. Well, that's mean of you to say. Sorry. Sorry. He chuckled. I guess it's my job to curd that, huh? He grimaced. Why did you buy all of that? So you could wear pretty clothing? No, you misunderstand. I mean, why did you buy all of that? You're right. Izuku pondered. With my devilish-looking charms, that pretty lady wouldn't have noticed if I stole that expensive necklace right off her. You did not. Ta-da! He pulled out of the blue jewel with a toothy grin. Bet it look red with the blows here. What? Izuku, you're going to rub this place dry. Let's go, baby. You froze at the new name. I never called you that before. Why now? What? He half laughed. Is it too much? Thief! Someone, the woman from before, pointed at the pirate and the two of you, an aristocrat and a lowlife, exchanging knowing glances. Run. You bolted down the yellow-lit street with him, feeling like you'd never run out of breath. Never in your life had you been allowed to run this quickly, this freely. Here! He hushed you into a little crack between two buildings and then squeezed himself with you. You watch in awe as the police sprinting past your hiding place. They're gone. You mumbled. Not yet. He replied. That was when you finally noticed how close the two of you had pressed up against another. When you finally felt the adrenaline leave your brain and the sanity come back. Izuku. You gasped for hair. I love you. He blurted. What? I love you. It was safe to say your entire world had come to a screeching halt. A pirate, one who had ravaged land and stolen money from Broken Heart, loved you. Me too. You finally sighed at him. I love you too. Thank God. He sounded genuinely relieved. Your stomach did backflip when you finally mustered up the courage to look at him. He was watching you, hungrily, selflessly eating up the way you looked with wide, loving eyes. Part of his bangs covered the freckles that dropped his face, and his chest heaved up and down with every desperate gasp of air. Suddenly, you felt warm, like you'd fought in pain and heard something you longed for since you were young. It was an outwardly life, unpredictable, dangerous, and irrevocably yours.
Anoche de sola, a cada día de sola.